to humans. And that's why we need human randomized controlled trials in humans to kind of test these things. But that doesn't mean that we can't do anything outside of randomized controlled trials. I believe that we can do things on an individualized basis, which some people call biohacking. I think under the right conditions and and doing things safely, I think there is a place for self-experimentation in a safe way. So, for example, rapamycin. I do think that rapamycin has potential to be a longevity drug in humans. A few things we know about rapamycin. First of all, we know that it is a pro-longevity drug in mice, although we have a few caveats there. And it seems to have also positive impacts in more complex organisms like other primates. In humans, we don't have great data that it's actually very effective in any kind of long-term health outcome, but that's mostly because of lack of data, because we haven't done the trials in a proper way, because rapamycin is used in a daily dose, which is kind of a high dose in people who require immunosuppression, people who have like kidney or liver transplants. To suppress their immunity, we give them rapamycin with other drugs, and that suppresses their immune system. But the idea is that giving it in a less frequent dose, like once weekly, for example, it seems to be a common regime, might have kind of pro-longevity effects. And we have some data now to show that up to 6 milligrams once a week seems to be safe. Now, obviously, I'm not promoting this. You need to consult with your physician if this is appropriate for you. But there seems to be some data to show that frequency is safe. Now, and we can also measure, your immune markers. We can do some measurements to make sure that we're not impacting your kidneys or liver negatively. So that's the safety aspect, but the more tricky part and the difficult part is the effectiveness. Are we actually doing anything that is effective? How to measure effectiveness of rapamycin is a bit tricky and a bit difficult, because there isn't one biomarker, and also you're kind of hoping that on the long term it will slow your progression towards age-related diseases, but you don't have a control. You can't really know that.
You can't measure it.
You can't measure it, and there's no interest in doing large randomized controlled trials for rapamycin because it's an off-label drug. No one makes that much money off it, or it's an off-patent drug. Yeah.
Let's talk about measurements then. What are some of the key things people should measure, in your opinion,